Welcome to week 3 of Chalk Talk with Chuck for this NFL season where we'll be going through week 4. I am, of course, joined by Jalen as I am every week. Jalen, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Chuck?
I'm doing all right. I think we should
Tuesday
start off
sucks.
Tuesday is the worst day of the week. We're doing this on Tuesday. It's Tuesday the 24th.
Yep.
Longest day of the week. It's just spent on prize picks trying to cook up a parlay that's worth money. And the payout is worth looking at, which we did right before the show.
And surely will hit.
Yeah, no, I've had great luck on prize picks all season. I've been right on the money. It's been sick.
Yeah.
Jay, do you have your hate list ready? We've been starting every week with the hate list. Do you have your hate list for week 3 ready?
Yeah. So you know what my number one is, but I'm actually gonna have you do the honors this week because you finally joined me.
Yeah, so it's my 1-1. Actually, really, my 1 and 2 stay the same from last week, and you could flip both of these two around however you want. It continues to be the Browns front office for giving Sean Watson that quarterback or that contract because he sucks and they're boring to watch. And then 2 is Trevor Lawrence. Everything about watching Trevor Lawrence is the most miserable thing in football. Every week. Monday
Yeah,
was so embarrassing.
you probably couldn't hear me, but I was clapping. Happy to
Oh,
have you. I know Bill Simmons is on his way, and I know a lot of other people are too. And I feel so vindicated right now because I watched him
yeah.
last year since I had Travis Etienne. I was glued to the Jaguars, and I didn't want to be. It was like my first year getting back into fantasy, and I didn't even really know who Travis Etienne was, but he's pretty awesome. I did unfortunately have to watch a lot of Trevor Lawrence last year, and I actually can think of the game where I started hating him, and it was against the Steelers, and I was just like, I don't know what they see in this guy.
Yeah, it's funny because they won that game.
And then he got paid $55 million. Yeah,
Yeah, I know that the new fun and sexy thing is to say that this guy has the worst contract in football. This guy is the worst. Trevor Lawrence is catapulting himself into the top 3 worst contracts in football. I don't think that it gets worse than Deshaun Watson just because of all of the baggage that came with that and the fact that it's fully guaranteed and for I think 10 years. I don't think T-Laws is 10 years. But holy God, this is probably some of the worst play at quarterback I've ever seen.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's bad.
I was texting you today about this. How many jobs is he going to take before it's his fault? I will excuse the Urban Meyer thing. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles.
Yeah, I think we also need to point out that Doug Peterson has stepped away from play calling. He was doing it. I think he was doing it a little bit last year, but he's not doing it now. He handed it off, and they've lost 8 straight, counting going back into last year. So I don't know if he's probably on the hot seat. I think there's a good chance he
Oh,
takes
his
over the play calling again, but I don't know how you fix this guy. I really don't.
dude, his seat is red hot, and I didn't watch that game going, man, the coaching is just awful. What? I watched that game and thought to myself, wow, Trevor Lawrence is finding new ways to look bad, and it's crazy because Brian Thomas Jr. is good. He's open.
Yeah.
I have him on fantasy. I'm watching him on all of the routes. Concepts are designed that are getting him open, and he's not getting the ball. Doesn't make any sense.
They're so stuck with Lawrence too. I think they had it at a 2-year deal at first, but I'm pretty sure it's 4 now. So
I think it's 4 years, 55 million, or 5 years, 55 million.
yeah, it's so bad. It's like, I mean, I'm trying to compare it to like an NBA contract, but I don't even know if Jordan Poole's contract is this bad.
Yeah, you know who he reminds me a lot of
Who?
is this is Zion Williamson.
Oh, don't do that, Chuck. No, we no. Don't do that.
I I guess Zion has shown dominance, but the dude just doesn't play, and he's always fat when he's out there.
Oh, now we're fat shaming Zion. What did this turn into, man? No, you lost
You
me. You
can't.
lost me.
No, you can't. No, no, no. Come on. You can't say that you like Zion Williamson's contract.
What's wrong with his contract?
What? He's getting paid like 100 to 200 million dollars to play 12 games every year.
Okay, you know what? Let's just. Oh boy.
All right, we'll move on before you lose it.
Oh no 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 no. We got to stay here.
Oh, dude.
Uh. Oh, sure. How many games do you think Zion played last year?
Oh, I'm gonna guess it's like 70. Now that I've said all of this.
Yeah, 70.
All right, I'll take the L. It's 5 years, 197 million.
He's making 39 million a year. Okay, not that crazy for the NBA. He's pretty middle high tier, I guess. And now he plays point guard, dude. That's like Trevor Lawrence switching to running back. Okay.
Okay, the Zion defenders drive me nuts. I will recede from the. I will throw up the white flag on this point, but I do not
Uh,
believe in him.
sure,
But yeah,
sure.
but
Okay, well, you don't believe in either of them. That's fine.
that's fine. Okay,
But yeah, Trevor Lawrence sucks.
he sucks, and it's so hard to get around.
It's really funny to watch, though.
Yeah,
Like seeing him just like try to get out of the pocket last night, and then he threw a pick to Damar Hamlin. I was like, oh, dude, it just.
no, dude. My favorite part was just at every point during the fourth quarter after they had pulled him, anytime there was a game break, they just went to him on the sideline, dude. And if I was a Jaguars fan, I'd be raking my TV having to look at that dude on the side. He's trying to dap up his receivers. They're just like walking away from him.
I know there's one Jaguars fan out there that threw their remote at the TV and broke it when they were showing Lawrence's face.
Yeah, dude. And then that guy, and then, the worst part about being a Jaguars fan is then you have to go live in Jacksonville.
Yeah, and your backup is Mac Jones, so you can't even be like, "Oh, I hope the backup gets some more time."
I do. I hope Mac Jones gets some more time. The ball looks heavy in his hand.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
All right. So T Law's on yours. Any from last week still on yours this week?
I don't
Other than
think
T
so.
Law?
I think we cleaned out last week. The Ravens, if they lost the game, they'd probably still be on there. Dan Campbell can sort of be part of one of mine. Injuries always, but I don't need to mention it on there. I don't even hate that I love the Vikings anymore. I just love the Vikings. So they got kicked off as
That's
well.
fair. Right on. So what is it? What's one of your additions this week?
One of my additions is Mel Kiper saying they should ban too high safety defense.
Dude, great pick.
That was that was the one of the most insane takes I've ever heard.
We're finally back to a point where defense is interesting. And you know what? I've got a conspiracy theory about this. Mel Kiper's sick of being wrong about NFL about guys in the draft at quarterback, and he wants to get
He
rid of too
has to
high to make
be.
those guys' lives easier. Got to be getting sick of being
Oh,
wrong, dude.
I'm so glad that everyone else was on that. I was watching Pat McAfee, and they have one of the guys on there dresses up like Mel Kiper and talks like him. They call him Mad Mel when he does it, and they were just ripping him. It was the funniest thing ever. But yeah, I just thought it was a crazy take.
Yeah, here's my problem about the way that the NFL works now is that some guy says some crazy take like that. And for around a year and a half, we all sit around and joke, "Oh, this is a terrible take. I can't believe he would say that." And then some nerd starts talking about how it's actually a good take and puts out all of these numbers about how it's a good take. And then it becomes the take. And then it becomes the rule. It's like the hip drop tackle, which, by the way, they just don't call, apparently. The hip drop tackle started as we should get rid of this tackle to, well, actually, 70% of injuries that occur to the ankle occur from this tackle.
Yeah.
most quarterback, and then it's banned. And it drives me crazy that that's the way that like the information trickles down. So I hope that this has been put stop to sufficiently because Mel Kiper's an idiot. If that's
It's
an
always
actual
it's
take he believes.
dude, it doesn't matter what sport. It's like any old head that's over the age of like 60. Like the game starts changing and they get pissed off.
Yeah, and people find solutions to things that you've attached takes to, and it makes you look dumb. And then your response is, well, they should get rid of it. And it's
Yeah,
like,
like force the defense to play up. It's just it sounds so weird.
what are you going to throw a flag for illegal formation because the safety's a yard too deep? He's called a safety.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. I think that was near the beginning of the week. I want to say like last Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a great take. Yeah,
Yeah. Good job, Mel.
good job, Mel. Good job by you, Mel. I think you're going to like this take. I think we both agree on this.
Hit me.
I'm so done with coaches who think they need to go for it because it makes them look like they have big balls. And coaches
Can
not
we
understanding how to be down by five.
can we name drop?
Go ahead, drop a name for me because I think you know who I'm talking about.
Well, the down by 5, yeah, but I was gonna say Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, well, Nick Sirianni's won one of this
Okay,
all
well,
time.
I'm gonna include one of mine because it also is part of this. One of mine was pitching it to the running back on fourth down
Oh, great take.
because I saw it like two or three times. Like it's like a fourth and two, fourth and three, maybe a fourth and one. But like they're trying to get these power backs to like get out to the corner and get around, and I'm like I think one of them they did was Saquon.
Yeah, I'm going to add to this and just say, let's stop pitching the ball, period. I haven't
Yeah,
seen a
unless it's
pitch play work in years.
yeah, it's pretty rare. I mean, Jameer Gibbs is like one of the only backs that I see do anything with a pitch. Everyone else usually hands off. I guess Aaron Jones is pretty good, like getting the ball out and getting loose too. But it's not like it shouldn't be used as much as it is used.
No, the Steelers run a pitch play like 3 times a game, and it is painful to watch.
Yeah, and you watch the guy run for like 5 or 6 yards, and you're like, oh wait, he didn't even gain a yard. He was just trying to get back all the yardage that he had, like how far back he had to start from.
Yeah, it's miserable.
Yeah, it's funny. Every time I see a pitch, I'm like, yeah, well, there's about a five
Well,
percent
that's a
chance of
loss.
this working.
Well, and then so I think that these two takes go well together. First of all, I'm so sick of this going for it on fourth down and people talking about the numbers. Part of the reason that all of the stats were in favor of going for it on fourth down is the other team used to be freaking out about it because it didn't happen often or it was in big
Yeah.
moments. Now we're just going for it in the middle of the third quarter when you're down six and you have an opportunity to put 3 more points on the board. But, well, the numbers say go for it. You want to know what logic says to me? Take the points.
Oh, buddy, we're going for fourth downs on the first drive of the game now.
It's
It's not
unbelievable.
even. I mean, if you're
As a
confident in your offense, there's a few outliers to this. Like if you have Josh Allen, I think you can go for a fourth and two whenever you want.
right,
If you have Patrick Mahomes, I don't hate the play, right? But it's like a very, very specific, very elite group of people and teams to where I'm like, okay, this is a good choice. Like last night, Jaden Daniels, he's super hot, right? The
right.
Commanders are moving the ball really well, and he's
It's a
like,
vibes
he's
thing too.
yeah, he's telling Dan Quinn, he's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's like a fourth and four. The game's like, I mean, it's not on the line because they're up by what are they up 7 or 6 at that point? But it's like, hey, if we can keep the ball, then we win the game.
They're
So
up
this is
five.
it's yeah, it's a more like calculated play at that point. Like, okay, we have the lead. Let's just try and keep the ball and run the clock out, and we can,
Right.
you know.
Well, and I don't think that you should ever be going for it on fourth down to gain momentum. You should be going for it on fourth down if you have momentum,
Great point.
you know? And all of
Like
these
like
coaches
the
are
Falcons.
like the Falcons, dude, who, if they would have just taken the freaking 3 points that they had the chance to take earlier in the third quarter, they may have had a chance to beat Patrick Mahomes. But and also every coach, dude, the second that there's a point after attempt missed, every coach is like, okay, now it's time to talk to, Bill on the sideline who has never played a minute of football in his life or really watched football, but is really into stats. And we'll turn to Bill and have him tell us what to do for the rest of the game. It's like if the Falcons were down 6 on Sunday night, they'd have kicked the field goal, they'd have prayed for a stop, and then they'd have kicked another field goal. But because they were down 5, the guy was like, well, we can't give it back to Patrick Mahomes with the 1 point lead. We got to score a
Yeah.
touchdown and go for 2.
I mean, I think you brought this up in week 1. Like people act like they get in the moment, or no, it's week 2 because we're talking about the Bengals playing the Chiefs. But
Yeah.
when they're in the moment of like they have a chance to beat the Chiefs, they like freeze up.
Dude, it's incredible.
Both the fourth downs the Falcons went for. Well, the first one, I mean, it was pass interference for sure.
For sure.
The one on Kyle Pitts, but it's like, dude, you could have been down by 2 and just kicked in 1 instead of having to go for this and then like complain about a missed call. And you never want to be in a situation where you need a call when you're playing the Chiefs.
No. No. And you never want to be in a situation where you're playing the Chiefs where a call could be made against you. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
They should just let Young Ho kick.
yeah, let that young ho kick, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my hate, and it's that might stay for a bit. I'm really pissed about this.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, mine just, and this is like a really deep hate. I hate the New Orleans Saints because they tried to kill Brett Favre many, many years ago. And
Mhm.
I saw one of the I felt like I was back in the Brett Favre era when I watched that guy target Devontae Smith right in the head as he's getting pushed backwards. All forward momentum is lost, and the guy just comes
Yeah,
out of nowhere, helmet to helmet, dives straight into his head. Devontae Smith gets knocked out, and then a guy on the Saints stands up and spits on him. And there's no suspension. There's no talk about it today.
I
And
don't
I'm like, am I crazy? Like, that was one of the dirtiest hits I've seen.
know if not, and this is going to sound so insensitive, but I believe this. If not for Hurricane Katrina, the Saints are the Pistons.
Oh,
Dude, they had a bounty gate. They were
I know.
paying players money to hurt people.
I was the biggest victim of that. I know about Bountygate.
And we were all just like, but the Superdome and people pooped in there. It's like, yeah, well, they tried to kill people, you know?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, they
displaced
did.
anger in my book.
Yeah, so that was shocking, and like to see Derwin James get suspended for a game and not that guy on the Saints. I'm just like, what's going on? Like,
No, I
come
mean,
on,
it's
Roger,
ridiculous. That's and the thing is there's no real defense to the way that he hit Devonta Smith.
bro. And standing up and spitting on a guy who's unconscious is like that's like next level, like
It's
terrible things to
deplorable.
do.
Yeah, I mean, that guy should be suspended. He should be fined. He probably, I mean, you shouldn't spit on an unconscious person, dude. That's like bottom of the barrel dirtbag stuff right there.
No, and it's probably CJ GJ's fault a little bit, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, but these guys are professionals.
I
Handle it.
guess there's
Handle it a
still
little bit
football
better.
players though. They're still a
What
little
did Uncle
crazier
Maz say?
than
The dumbest
regular draft.
athletes in the world are football players.
I mean, we can
I,
rattle off a bunch of names, and
I think I could go back and forth between the NBA, the NFL, and well, honestly, all sports.
Yeah, I feel like it's different with the NFL though, because usually the NBA players are just like they're just divas.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not like criminals, right?
Hey, look, Ray Lewis was only an accessory to the murder, okay?
Sure, yeah, sure. And Rasheed Rice just not having anything happen to him
Dude,
for
is
what he
there
did
anybody
is
who's just more
beyond
willing
me.
to turn the cheek than Roger Goodell?
Bro, he's doing it with one of my players too. He's doing it with Jordan Addison right now. Jordan Addison got a DUI. There's no way you should get a DUI and not be suspended in the NFL.
If Henry Ruggs didn't get a criminal conviction, he'd be playing in the NFL right now. And he killed a person.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's
Yeah, I'll never forget when Ray Rice punched that woman in the elevator, and
he was on
he
the
was only
field after.
suspended. Yeah, he was like suspended for a game, and then the video came out, and one of my friends, I think it was so long ago, it was on Facebook, said, "What did Goodell think punching a woman in the face looked like?" Because it was only after the video that Ray Rice got suspended indefinitely. Like, well, you
Yeah,
knew that he knocked her out. Why
it's
is the
weird,
video
man.
changing this?
Same thing with Miles Bridges. I mean, there's a video of
Oh,
him just wailing on this girl. And I mean, I don't even think he got suspended.
well, how about Jalen Carter being involved in the car
The
crash in
murder?
Georgia?
Yeah. Oh, it's I don't know, man. There's some
Funky, man.
really funky. It adds to the entertainment though.
Oh, it's if not for people like Antonio Brown. His
Antonio
report's
Brown
really funny.
he had a great take this week. He said the Browns need to figure out a way to tie Deshaun Watson to Diddy so they can get him off the team.
Oh my God, knowing Goodell, he'd probably have Diddy perform at halftime.
Yeah, probably, dude.
Did you ever read the AB New York Times article about his allegations?
Antonio Brown, AB? No.
Masturbate while getting massaged by a woman, masturbating to Bible videos and coming on her back. That was literally like the allegation that got him in trouble at the beginning. He was watching like church and jerking off.
Oh man, I love AB.
Yeah, I do too. He's
I love that
that's
he's
yeah.
allowed to be on Twitter too.
Yeah, if somebody should be banned, it should be him.
Oh man, it's a free platform. He's not hurting anybody.
I've only got one more real ad this week, by the way. I put the Bengals back on there because they drove me crazy. That's self-explanatory after what happened. Although Jaden Daniels looked really, really good. The final hate, and this one is just it's a new thing. I just found it, and I'm really, really upset about it. It's the Ringer quarterback rankings. Steven Ruiz, whoever you are, I don't think you watch football. That's my take here. Holy God, we have Trevor Lawrence at 7, Brock Purdy at 16. Here's a list of people below Trevor Lawrence: CJ Stroud, Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, who's below Derek Carr. Jalen Hurts is at 19. Baker Mayfield at 20. Guess who's not even ranked because I've been looking for him all day and he won't rank him because, I don't know, I guess he hasn't turned on the TV this year. He hasn't ranked Justin Fields. He's only ranked Russell Wilson, and he has your boy, Sam Darnold, at 29, below Will Levis. This is the
Yeah.
worst. It's the worst list I've ever seen.
Oh, Jaden Daniels 28th.
Yeah, and
Oh.
and he's like, oh, there's a lot of potential there, but I don't know. And then you read Trevor Lawrence's thing while he's sitting up here at 7. He's like, well, the potential is untapped. It's still there. Well, let's play the potential game, shall we? Is the worst list I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is bad. I mean, how do you put Bo Nix last behind Bryce Young? How does that make sense?
That doesn't make any
How's
sense.
Malik Willis 32? That guy's been balling.
How's Malik Willis ranked and Justin Fields isn't?
Put Deshaun Watson last, please. How is Russell Wilson on here? He hasn't even played.
Dude, I don't. He's the only Steeler quarterback ranked, dude. This is why I'm not sure he's watching. And I just want to flag this for Bill Simmons because I know this is his website. I'm just not sure that Steven Ruiz is watching football because Russell Wilson's still ranked. Trevor Lawrence has actually gone up week to week. So like there's a little icon on here where Trevor Lawrence has gone from 8 to 7.
Are we putting Justin Herbert above Matt Stafford? Is that like a normal take for people?
Not for me.
I don't know, man. Wow. This is a good list.
Great list, dude. Great list. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I think I could give a Swiftie all 32 names and she could rank them better.
Dude, you want to know what this is? This is some millennial dude out there who thinks he knows better than you because he writes about sports.
Yeah.
But it's disgusting. He hates Brock Purdy and for seemingly no reason.
I want to see
Brock
this
Purdy
guy.
went down after last week. I mean, dude, Brock Purdy's been playing great. He was awesome yesterday on
Brock Purdy
Sunday.
was like, he was bouncing around. He was running around out of the pocket. He was like dodging guys, dodging sacks. And he threw for over 300 with basically just Jawan Jennings out there. Kittle didn't play. Debo didn't play. I mean, Brock Purdy shot up my list a lot after watching him last week.
And you know what Brock Purdy's done, just his whole life? That let's just look at Justin Herbert, for example, who's 12 spots or something above, or 12 spots above this guy. He's won. He wins. He went to 2 NFC championships and a Super Bowl in his first 2 years.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Pretty good. I'm not saying that he's great, and I'm not going to do the whole he's a top 5 quarterback thing, but the guy's good. He's better
I don't know, dude.
He's better than Trevor Lawrence, and he might be top 5, dude. He's better than Dak Prescott.
This guy makes 1/55th of what Trevor Lawrence makes per year.
Yeah.
0.9 million. He might be a top 3 quarterback in the NFL for that price.
And he's younger than Jordan Love.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a fun list. I think we should go over the ringer list every week because I think Big Steve's going to be doing this weekly.
Oh, I can't wait.
Derek Carr on the front page of QB rankings. Something you'll never see again. I'm not trying to throw shade at Derek Carr. He's kind of cool. It's just weird to see him on the front page of this.
Yeah, it's weird to see Derek Carr on the front of anything.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything else for the hate list?
Yeah, just the Chiefs. I just hate them.
Yeah.
Already.
That's fair.
But we don't need to go into depth because that'll probably be a weekly thing from now on. Like Patrick Mahomes we're not even playing that good. I don't even feel like I'm playing good. All right, dude. Cool.
You know what's sad? They're not.
No, they're not.
Like I watch them and I'm like, oh, that was kind of a bad game. Oh well, okay, they won anyway.
Yeah,
great.
Well, they always do.
So annoying.
Until Sam Darnold knocks them off this year.
That would be amazing. I would, Jalen, if they win the Super Bowl. Well, no, we're gonna wait. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
All right.
Okay. All right. That was the hate list. I guess we'll hop into this week's games, and that'll lead us into kind of recap / anything else. This is week 4. This is the first week where I feel like some of this stuff is going to start to come together. I'm going to start seeing maybe some the beginning of consistency, but the first 5 to 6 weeks of the NFL feel like their own season now that we just, I guess, don't practice or play during the off season anymore. I don't know.
I'm not ready to feel like this league's going to be normal yet.
All right, it's fair. I think that this might be the first pattern-ish, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's I don't know if we're gonna get anything until week 8,
November,
somewhere around there.
That's fair. I mean, last week was just as weird. Do you want to go over the score for the fans here?
Yeah. So week 3, me and Chuck we were on a heater this week. I'm not sure how many total points there are. I want to say there's 32 points possible each week, and there's a few more if you get all 3 correct. But we tied 11-11, on our picks. We're carrying some serious momentum into week 4. We both hit 6 out of 7 to end the week, but we were both 5 for 25 before that. So
Got dark.
yeah, we're really good.
And then it got
Really
really
good at
bright.
this stuff. If you want to get rich, just listen to this and pick everything against it.
I will say that I'm proud of my consistency. That's 2 weeks in a row with 11 points. So
Oh,
22
actually,
to
it's your. You picked the. You went 0 for 3 on the final game in the first week, so you actually scored 10. Yeah.
oh, bummer. So
We're trending. You're
21
trending up though.
to 24. Do I have that right? 21,
21
24?
24. Yep.
Great. Well, I'm trending up.
Great.
Every week I'll get a little bit better.
Yeah, let's try to hit
Great.
12.
Awesome. Straight hit 12 this week. Let's go for a new PR. First game of the week. This game borders to me on if this was on Sunday, I don't know if it's on a TV, but it's on a Thursday, so I'm going to watch it. It's the Cowgirls versus the G-Men. Dak Prescott versus Daniel Jones. Cowboys are on the road in New York, favored by what I have at 5.5.
Yeah.
And the over-under is at 45.5. Jalen, where are you going on this? Because I looked at it this morning. This has moved a whole point in favor of the Cowboys since this morning from 4.5 to 5.
Yeah. The Cowboys might suck. The Giants might be sneaky good. They played some pretty good football over the last 2 weeks. I think their
Yeah.
defense is kind of underrated, and they might not be like as bad as everyone thought they would be after Minnesota went in there and destroyed them.
Yeah.
I gotta pick the Cowboys.
I'll take the Cowboys money line. I don't know what to do about the other two things, especially with the spread at 5.5.
I don't know either because
Feels big for Dak right now.
it does, but it also doesn't. Because I feel like the Giants just beat the Browns, but they only beat them by 6. And Dallas beat the Browns by, what, like 30?
Oh yes, dude. Here we go.
Yeah,
Football math. I
football
love it.
logic here. So,
Football
yeah.
logic. So if they beat them if I carry the 9,
It actually ends up being
um,
what I've calculated in my head is exactly 5.5 points. So that's crazy that it's 5.5.
oh
Yeah.
wow, oh wow,
I'll take them 5.5 though.
crazy. That's great math. Yeah, I had them at 4.5. I guess I shouldn't let 1 point scare me. I'll take them at 5.5. I won't touch the over under because Lord only knows.
Yeah, what I like to call this game too is the Wandale Robinson Rico Dowdle game.
Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. If my Prize Picks lineups have anything to say about it.
Oh, buddy, yeah, it's gonna be a fun watch on Thursday.
Boy. Oh, for sure. For
We're
sure.
we're sick in the head.
I'm sure I'll be
So
over
I gotta
for it.
say I had a moment with my dad came over to watch the Vikings game this week, and it was the 11 o'clock game. But I was like, you're more than welcome to just stay here and hang out and watch the other games. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm pretty sure I was watching like I think I had Dolphins, Seahawks, and Panthers, Raiders on at one point because I was watching Adam Thielen and I was watching Zach Charbonnet, and I think my dad was just like, "This is some of the worst football I've ever seen in my life," but he didn't want to say anything, right? Because we were just hanging out. And then I just kind of turned to him and I was like, "You're in the trenches now. Like this is what I do for 10 hours a day. I just watch my fantasy team play football."
Yeah, I'm going through something similar here at my house. My dad has a loose concept of understanding how much I love football. We woke up on Sunday. My dad and I are Steelers fans. It's like around 10 o'clock, game's on at 11, and my dad's asked me to go on a bike ride with him, and I said, no, I'm not going on a bike ride. The Steeler game's on in an hour. He said, well, what about after the game? I said, maybe. And then it evolved into me going on a bike ride after the Steelers game for the first part of the Ravens game. And I put the game on a see-through bag on the handlebars of the bike, and on my mountain bike ride listened and watched when I could the Ravens game. And he could not understand why I cared so much about game that had almost no consequence to the Steelers who had just won. And I said, I don't care about anything. I care about football.
Yeah,
He wasn't
I don't
stoked on
know if
that.
it's like a problem to have or if it's just kind of like a cool little hobby. It's kind of on the border right now. I'm starting to think because I jumped off the couch when Zach Charbonnet scored his second touchdown, and I think my dad was just like, "What is wrong? Like, who is this guy? Why are you cheering for the Seahawks?"
Yeah, the like amount of me flipping out at a random touchdown. My grandpa, who's living with us, certainly doesn't understand it. He'll come downstairs to the five screen zone, and he's completely lost. He's asking me every 30 seconds what the score to the games are. He doesn't know which game is on. And I'm just running around the basement like, let's go, Javonte Williams, punch this thing in, baby. He's freaking out because he doesn't know who Javonte Williams is. He doesn't know which game I'm watching because there's too many games on, and he doesn't know why I'm so passionate about Javonte Williams. It's a big, confusing nightmare, but he comes down to watch every week with me anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the quad screen was really made for sickos like me and you because I was asking my dad, like, "Oh, do you ever watch the quad screen?" And he's like, "No."
My dad
He's
hates
like,
it.
"I watch the
Well, actually, my
Vikings."
dad's starting to come around to it because I'll put the Steeler game on above the quad screen and have the quad screen below. And my dad will come down, and at first he's like, "Oh, this is too many games." And then he's like, "Wait, is that the? Oh, look at that, the other game. Look at that, Charlie, you scored." I'm like,
You're
yeah,
like,
I
"Yeah,
know.
Dad,
Welcome
that's
to
why I
heaven,
have it on." Yeah,
brother.
I really got to get a second TV.
It's the best. Five screens is the perfect. Your team on one, the games you care about fantasy on the
Yeah.
other in the
Yeah, it'd
quad
be
box.
perfect. I have such a good setup for 265s also. Quad on one,
Yeah,
Vikings
and
on
then
the
what I
other.
do is this is a vet move for anybody out there who wants to
I'm
do the
listening.
quad screen and the other TV. If you have two of the same TVs like a Samsung, the remote will control both of the TVs. You don't want that. So what I did is I got an Apple TV that I had for one of my that I have for all of my streaming, and then I went on Amazon and bought like a Fire Stick for $20 or however much they are, and put it in the other so that the two remotes don't mess with each other.
Oh,
And that way you can mute one, you can unmute one, you can mess with one without messing with the other and not having to deal with the controllers. So that was a solution. I know it's an expensive solution, but or if you have an Xbox, plug an Xbox into one and then make sure that you have like a Fire Stick that controls volume and everything for the other.
yeah, noted.
Just thought I'd throw it out. All right, next game, Saints Falcons. Finally, these Southern teams are going to play each other. The NFC South teams. I had the Bucks coming out as champions for the NFC South, but the Saints look all right. The Falcons look all right. The Falcons are getting. Reading this right? The Falcons are getting 1.5 at home. The over/under set at 42.5. I've gone back and forth on this all day. Last week we were ready to crown the Saints like the new fun offense. This week I guess we hate them. But after your hate list, I'm picking the Falcons because I hate the Saints
Oh yeah, I
and because you've kind of convinced me that I hate the
same
Saints.
here, dude. I hate the Saints.
I don't want to cheer for them
No,
anymore.
I don't know if I'll really have this game on that much. Well, actually, I
No.
might because yeah, maybe. Anyways, I'll take the Falcons. I'll take them 1.5, and I do
Yeah.
think the offense in this game is gonna be good, so I'm gonna take the over as well.
At the 42.5, I
Yeah,
like that. I'm tempted, but I'm gonna stick with just the two.
1.5.
Yeah, I meant the two, like the money line and the one and a
Oh yeah.
half. The Falcons have moments. They had moments this week. They the offense sometimes seems to be they're actually using their weapons, which is super refreshing. But now it seems like they don't know which weapon to use when. And when if they can figure that piece out as the season goes along, and they can figure, okay, well, right now maybe we should be using Drake London, and right now maybe we should use Bajan. Right now we should use Kyle Pitts. But it seems like every down they're taking turns which guy they want to target. And when it becomes more organic, I think the Falcons are going to be a lot of fun. And I'm hoping that this week they start to sort of turn the turnstiles.
Yeah,
So
I think the Falcons have trended upwards every week,
yeah,
and they have so many
sure.
weapons, dude. Like they're even Darnell Mooney's like playing some good ball right now.
Yeah, and he's kind of fun. I mean, it is kind of fun to watch him because they get guys in space a
Hmm.
lot, it seems, which is refreshing because it feels like this season there's been a lot of suffocating
Yeah,
defense. So
Kirk's looking a
I'll
little
cheer
bit
for him.
looser now on that Achilles.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have the strength quite back all the way yet, but he has the ability to find guys, and I think the offense is starting to come to
Yeah, and
him. So
Bijan is getting a lot of touches. He's not done like a ton with the touches yet, but he's getting a lot of carries and a lot of there's a lot of volume for him, which is what you should be doing.
right, yeah, no, it's true. And if you got a guy like him, use him.
Yeah,
So
Falcons division winners, in my opinion.
oh, I like it. All right, next game, Bengals Panthers. Bengals are favored by 4.5 in Carolina. The over-under is at 48 and 48 and a half. I'm not getting a FanDuel line here. I like the Bengals to win outright, and I like the over, but I don't like watching the Bengals. I just think that there's this kind of post-hype theory about this happens in the NBA, it happens in the NFL. Guys get traded or they get moved up, and then they come out, and then they ball out, and then the next week or so they fall off. Um, I'm not saying Andy Dalton's due for some huge regression, and anything was going to look amazing in comparison. I don't think Andy Dalton knocked anyone's socks off, although he did throw for 300
And three
yards
touchdowns.
and 3 touchdowns. I just think that if the Bengals don't do this now, look, the Panthers got the win out of the way. If the Bengals don't do this now, it's blow it up. I don't know, trade T. Higgins, start moving pieces around because whatever the infrastructure is now isn't working if you can't beat the
Oh, I
Panthers.
have an idea for the
And I don't
Bengals.
think that they're ready to give up on this dream.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah, go
really
for
good
it.
idea. Maybe we
There it
should
goes.
invest in some defensive players. I think that'd be a good idea because
Yeah,
they're top
or
five in money spent on offense,
yeah.
and yeah,
No, I mean, here's the thing. I actually do like Joe Burrow,
hey,
and I think that the injuries have been really unfortunate. I think he actually is a good quarterback. I've seen it be good. It can be good. But if you, in my opinion, if you have your guy at franchise quarterback that you believe is a top five guy or whatever, even top 10, don't waste your money on your wide receiver two. Spend money on your wide receiver one,
yes, spend it
but
on.
don't spend a lot of money on wide receiver two.
I agree.
Right. Because your guy at quarterback should be good enough to make whoever plays there better than what their floor is or what he should be making them play at their
Yeah,
ceiling, no matter what their skill set is. I mean, a perfect example of this is Josh Allen and Shakir, right? Shakir is probably a very middle of the pack, bottom half of the league wide receiver two on any other team. On Buffalo, he's probably the second best wide receiver two in the NFL right now. He's scored touchdowns in 2 of the 3 weeks. He's got, you know, great numbers. His production's fantastic. And that's because Josh Allen's good. If you think you have a guy that good, don't pay the second guy. You can pay the first guy, maybe pay a running back, maybe pay a tight end, pay one pass catcher. Everybody else, go pay the defense, go pay the O line. Because they're who going to help you beat Kansas City. That's my take.
a good example of like building your offense right now is what the Vikings are doing. They have a veteran running back, which I don't hate the Zach Moss thing for the Bengals. I think he's pretty solid. But they pay Justin Jefferson,
Yeah.
and then they have like who's I don't know if there's that many receivers in the NFL that have caught a touchdown every week, but this guy for Minnesota, Jalen Naylor, he's caught a touchdown every week, and like nobody even knows his name until this year. And if you have Joe Burrow, you can probably turn another guy into a wide receiver too. I like that Yosevos guy. He seems pretty solid. I
Yeah.
mean, I just don't know why you need to pay T. Higgins.
And you know it gets great trade value from dumb teams. It turns into future draft picks for your new wide receiver too. Is a wide receiver too that's played at its ceiling for the past 4 years, and that's T. Higgins. There is a dumb team out there that would have overpaid for T. Higgins.
Yeah, or maybe not because no one wanted to grab Brandon Ayuk, and that's kind of the same type of player that T. Higgins is.
No, there's an unrealistic value for these guys. Like Brandon Ayuk, the Niners out there getting first round picks for him. Now, I'm not saying, but a second round pick for your second best receiver on your team. The Steelers did it with the Panthers. They just sent them Deontay Johnson for a fifth round pick. No sweat off our back.
Ooh.
Guess who I don't really miss that much? I know he had a good week. Deontay Johnson. We're fine.
Okay, well, I'm taking the Panthers, and I'm taking the Panthers 4.5. And I'm taking them because Andy Dalton turned Deontay Johnson into a superstar last week. So it's funny you brought his name up. I think this is the death of the Cincinnati Bengals. And I can't wait to see their fans on Twitter after this game.
All right. Oh my God. We have our first declaration of
Yep.
death.
Kill the team. Kill all the egos and start over. Build your team. I mean, the Bills are a great example of this too. They trade Diggs, and it's like Josh Allen looks more free than he ever has.
And happy.
Yeah.
That team looks happy.
Yeah, we'll get to them, but
Yeah. Next game. God, I love Matt Stafford, so it's hard to get mad at this game, but Rams Bears. Caleb Williams has been borderline unwatchable. I wasn't a big Caleb Williams guy coming out of college. I did think that he would be a good pro, but I don't know what's going on there.
are you calling him a bust?
The line is set at no.
Oh,
We're 3 weeks into the season.
okay. Just I'm just asking.
I mean, I'd love to. I'd love to bust there. I'd love to
Yeah, that
bust
would be
there.
funny.
No, I don't know. It's way too early, but it looks rough. It looks like a lot of growing pain. Uh, if I'm reading this right, the Bears are 2.5 point favorites. It's absurd. Um, and the over under set at 40.5. I love the Rams. I love the Rams to cover. I love the over. I love the Rams in this spot. This seems like Sean McVay just killing some poor rookie in this Bears team.
Dude, this is Eberflus is just gonna get out coached in this game, and it's gonna be so funny to watch. I have the exact same thing. I actually wrote it down while you were talking, but I agree with everything. I'm not picking against the Rams yet. Well,
Yeah, and this line, what's even crazier to me is it opened at 3, the Bears by 3, and now it's moving. It's down to 2.5, which means there are people on the Bears. I don't know how.
yeah, I mean the 1.5 is like the home field now, and then anything on top of that is so
Injuries.
this big game is basically like a pick 'em.
Yeah, I think the Rams are going to kill them.
Yeah. Yes.
But who knows? This Rams team is weird. The Rams are weird.
We'll see. Caleb's got a score, so
Congrats to him on his first touchdown to Roma Dunze. I thought the celebration was so lame, but that's just
Did you
me.
think it was lame? I kind of thought it was funny.
You did? I thought it was cheesy.
You didn't like him like fighting
dude,
over the ball?
Like little schoolgirls.
Yeah, dude.
So
I agree. They should have just shut up and walked to the bench. Good take.
they're losing, dude.
Yeah, no, sure. Just shut up and get on the bench. Move on. First touchdown ever. Just
shut up and dribble.
Yeah, great take, Chuck.
I don't know. Cut the ball in half on the field, then.
Well, on the sideline. Don't do anything on
No,
the field. Just get
on the
off the
sideline.
field.
Don't do
Yeah.
anything on the field. Don't. I do have an irrational hate for celebration because every time anyone scored when I was a kid, my dad's like, "Don't celebrate. Celebrating's a terrible thing." Like, okay, it's like ingrained in me.
uh,
I like hate touchdown celebrations. It's the most Goodell thing about me.
that's very
Um,
Goodell.
I want these guys to be robots. Yeah. Next game, Vikings, Packers.
Oh yeah.
Dude, go ahead, intro, go,
I was
please.
gonna intro it by speaking of touchdown celebrations. Well, not touchdown celebrations, but just celebrations. Cam Bynum was dancing, doing the usher after he picked it off last Sunday. Pretty cool. Justin Jefferson did this thing like where he's like in a shootout, spun the ball, and like yeah, it was cool, man. I mean, I like touchdown celebrations. I like to see guys having fun. But it's apparently my friend here doesn't. Vikings Packers in Lambeau, 1 o'clock. Packers favored by 2.5. Jordan Love coming back. Give me the Packers.
Oh,
We don't do good at Lambeau.
you're taking the
Yeah, we don't do
Packers?
good in Lambeau.
All right. Look, we're in week. This is now 2 weeks of you. This is week 3 of the no Sam Darnold jersey.
Oh,
Okay,
Charlie.
it was
Let me
week 1 going into week 2 where you looked me in the eye and you said, if we
the
beat the
49ers.
49ers, I was sitting on your couch. You said, we beat the 49ers, I'll buy this signed Sam Darnold jersey and I'll wear it every Sunday. And I said, bet. And we both laughed. And then you beat the 49ers. And then I asked you to get the jersey and you said, if we beat the Houston Texans, I'll buy this signed Sam Darnold jersey and I'll wear it every week. And then you beat the Houston
Charlie, I'll
Texans.
buy it this
And
week,
now
bro. I
here we
promise.
are.
I'll buy it this week if we win. May I propose something new to you about the Vikings, too?
Please.
If Sam Darnold wins
Please.
the Vikings a Super Bowl, I will name my firstborn child Sam.
I will have to hold you to that.
If he breaks the Minnesota curse, I mean, I I don't I'm following these pages on Instagram now and they're called I got to so I was um deep on Instagram just watching highlights, just really living it up, being 3-0. I can't even remember the last time. It was probably Brett Favre. And I was just looking for funny Sam Darnold content. I ran into these accounts on Instagram. One of them's name is Team Darnold. Right, pretty Sam Darnold fan club. Posts a bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. I'll follow him. And then I find some real gold. Okay, I see a guy named Sam Darnold Worshipper 14. He's got 500 followers. And in his bio, it says, God Emperor Quarterback of the United States. And this guy posts the most absurd Sam Darnold memes I've ever seen. And I almost wanted to just repost all of them. But I was like, okay, I can't get too high. We're only 3 weeks in the season. But if we beat the Packers, I'm gonna be firing these off every week.
I love it.
So yeah. I'm scared of the Packers though. I am. And it might be just an Aaron Rodgers PTSD thing, but I don't know, man. They always beat us.
Yeah, I respect you going. I respect you taking it, but I'm taking the Vikings, baby. I'm taking them against the spread. I like them to win outright, and I like the over. I like a Sam Darnold shootout. Give me all three. Give me the Vikings. I'm so high on the Vikings. I love this defense so much. Jordan Love hasn't played in, almost a month. He's coming back from an injury. Nobody's been dialing it up better than the Minnesota
The B
Vikings,
flow.
and I'm loving what I'm seeing. The Purple People Eaters are back, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And let's get
I
used
saw
to it.
some people calling the defense purple haze. Kind of like it.
Oh, I like
Little
that a
Jimi
lot.
Hendrix reference. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Beef
fun.
Flow's got this. He's got this defense rocking. He really does. And I don't know how. I
They're
I
awesome.
don't understand what he's doing. I was watching some tape on it or people talk about it. And like we're talking like NFL veterans looking at this stuff and they're like looks like they're in man on this one play. And then like Harrison Smith is like the safety. He's like up ready to blitz. And it looks like they're in man. And then he takes the corner and the cornerback slides back and plays safety. And they're like, dude, they're doing all this like weird stuff on defense. And I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't know if it's gimmicky. I don't know what it is, but it's really fun to watch.
They're unbelievable, man. It's awesome. I'm happy for you because it's fun to watch a good defense. Period.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's nice that you have Darnold to kind of be a part of that too.
he's really easy to cheer for.
Yeah, it's a great
He's
story.
a big
So
golfer too.
yeah,
I
always good to
remember I
hear.
watched this video of him and Josh Allen playing golf against Bob Does Sports. You probably know that guy, right? Robbie Berger.
I think I've
Yeah,
heard
he
of him.
does like all these Instagram things.
I may have seen a video.
Anyways, they have this YouTube channel and they had Kyle Allen, Josh Allen, and Sam Darnold on, and they played him in a scramble. And Sam Darnold was just really cool. I watched it like last year. I was like, oh, it's Sam Darnold. This guy sucks, but he's pretty good at golf, I guess. And then like, now he's my quarterback, and he's actually playing pretty good.
You gotta love
Eh,
him. You gotta love him when he's playing
the
like this,
ghosts are
man.
the ghosts are gone. I think
We don't know. We can't say we don't want to
we
jinx
don't
it.
know. Jair could. I'm just so scared for this game.
You'll be
I'm
fine.
terrified.
I have faith. If anything, the defense is there.
I guess, dude.
Congrats on being in first too, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Quite a lot
yeah.
right now.
We'll jump to Jags Texans. Texans are favored by 7 points at home against the division rival Jacksonville Jaguars, if you can call it a rivalry. Over under set at 45.5 or 45, depending on what book you're in. Doesn't matter to me. I like the Texans. I like them to cover. The Jags suck, and the Texans are good, and the Texans are coming off of a brutal loss. And I think that they're just going to play with a vengeance. So it's all Texans for me. And I'm not going to read too much into this last week's loss for the Texans because we just talked about the Vikings defense is so good. Um, they have a couple of fishy signs. There's a couple of warning signs out there, but I'm not going to dive too deep into it. If they lose this week, then we can start talking about it. But I think I think Houston's going to go in there and kill Jacksonville.
Yep. Texans by
Easy as 7 points. I'm
Texans
taking
by a
them.
million. This line should be 14.
Yeah,
Famous last words.
not even close. Yeah, of
Jaguars
course, but
win.
it'll only add to my hate for Trevor Lawrence if he wins this game and plays
Yeah,
well.
that,
If you're going to be bad, like he could work his way off the hate list by just being so bad that I feel bad for him. But if he wins a couple of weird games, it'll go back to hatred.
I'll feel bad if he goes 0 and
But
16
yeah, that's
or 17.
yeah. But
That's about it.
even then, yeah. So good to know we're both confident on Houston. We can jump into my favorite game of the week. Probably the only person in the world whose favorite game of the week this is, I guess, other than other Steeler fans. Steelers Colts in Indianapolis. Steelers favored by 1.5. Over under at 49 or 39.5. The Pittsburgh defense is probably the best defense I've seen them put on the field since 2010. They've held every opponent to 10 or less points. Justin Fields has started to peek out of his shell just a little bit. He threw for over 200 yards. He threw for a touchdown. He ran for a touchdown. He did throw a pick, although it was a tipped ball kind of at the line. It was weird. Wasn't his fault. I mean, if you watch that pick, it's the weirdest thing you've ever seen. I've never seen a ball get batted and jumbled around that much. Running game doesn't look great, but we're getting better. And I love the Steelers in this spot. Cover the 1.5. I love taking the under. I don't know how many times they're going to pick off Anthony Richardson, but it feels like Anthony Richardson is super. This could be the death of Anthony Richardson. Yeah, go Steelers.
I kind of want to take the Colts, but I kind of don't. I think Anthony Richardson might try to just run the ball every time he touches it,
Yeah.
but problem with that is he can't really throw. So you're not gonna have to play, you know, Mel Kiper defense on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I mean, he's got one bomb in
yeah,
him.
one maybe two. Oh, he's got a few. One of
Right.
them's good for an interception.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take the under. I'll take the Steelers 1.5.
All right.
Doesn't I mean I don't need to think too hard
All
about these
right.
games. I just think can this team score really well, and if they can't, then the Steelers are probably going to win.
Yeah. It's great. We don't play a lot of teams that are good at scoring at the beginning of this year. It just gets so sketchy later
No,
on.
no, it
I
really
want to play the
doesn't.
Chiefs. Yeah, I did do it a little bit about this. The Steelers could win 11
Oh
games.
no, they're going to win 12 or 13.
Oh, don't do this to me, man. I'm already
This
in
has got
love.
to be maybe the worst division in football if the Panthers win this week.
If the Panthers win this week, it's bad.
It's heavy at the top though. I like the Ravens still. Well, yeah, you're just getting four. You'd be getting 4 free wins out of the Bengals and Browns this year.
Wonderful. I'll take 4 free wins in this division after the past couple
Yeah,
of
and then
years.
like you're talking about you're scared of the Eagles later, like after you. I don't know, man. I think you're winning 11 to 13 games this year. No sweat.
I'll take it. I love it.
Great.
Thank you.
Congrats on first.
Thank you for giving me that. Thank you. It's nice at the
It
top,
is,
isn't it?
yeah. We forgot to mention that we're both undefeated in fantasy too.
Oh yeah. We have our game day coming to town when we play in week
Yeah,
6.
well,
I hear that they're bringing Herb Street in.
yeah. We'll see. I got to see how many guys are on bye that week.
Yeah, actually, I think it's a rough week for you. Looking at it
Yeah.
yesterday.
Oh. You're already looking past your matchup this week.
Oh, nobody's more prone to making just horrible fantasy decisions because he looks too far ahead.
Got this one circled, huh?
Oh, I've got this. This one's been circled for a while, baby.
When do we play? Is it week 5?
Week 6, I
Oh,
think.
week 6. Oh, nice. Not the
Yeah.
worst. Aaron Jones is on bye. It's gonna be fun.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Next game, Broncos Jets in New York. Jets 7.5-point favorites to the Broncos, who are coming hot off of an upset against the Bucks, who looked awesome through 2 weeks and looked a little rough last week. Bo Nix putting it together with a question mark, big question mark. Jets definitely look like they're putting it together. That was a dominant Thursday night win. They've got the mini bye in their favor. They don't travel this week, and the over-under set at 38.5. My initial notes on this game, I took the Jets in the over. And I don't. The 7.5 is a lot of points, but I can't tell how fluky the Broncos game was. So right now I'm going to stick with Jets to win and the over to hit at 38.5.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the Jets. I have the Broncos 7.5. I really don't think the Broncos are that bad of a team. I think their defense is pretty
Okay.
good. So I think they can, and I might be a little higher on Bo Nix than others, but I don't think he's like that bad.
Yeah, you're certainly higher on him than more people than
Well,
I
I think
know.
he's like,
But
he's in the
most
bottom
people I
10
know. But
quarterbacks, but like he actually uses his feet better than I thought.
yeah, he can
I
move.
mean,
He can scoot a little
they
bit.
got a good kicker too. They can definitely
Yeah.
get some points on the board, I guess. And Bo Nix,
They're just a weird team to me because I think if it goes bad fast.
yeah, sure. I mean, they almost beat the Steelers.
Yeah, it's true. They controlled that second
Yeah.
half.
Oh yeah, I'll take 7.5. It's a lot of points.
Yeah, it is. It's a ton of points. And I don't think it's even our biggest point spread this week, which is
No,
crazy.
it's not.
Next is Eagles Bucks. Eagles are 2.5 point favorites on the road against Tampa Bay. The over/under is at 44.5. I don't know if I'm watching the same Eagles that everyone else is watching or what's going on. And I know the Bucks had a bad week, but this is the Bucks team that beat this Eagles team in the playoffs last year at home. The Bucks did lose to the Broncos, but it's not like they lost to the Browns or the Giants. We just talked about how the Broncos could at least be okay. Meanwhile, the Eagles are 2-1 in two of the weirdest wins of the season. I thought the Saints the Saints win was weird, and they're down their two best receivers. I like the Bucks. I like the Bucks to cover. I won't touch the over under.
Yeah, I've got the Eagles. I don't think this is.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to try to sway you here, but I have the injury report pulled up for the Bucks. Um,
Yeah, the
Jamal
defense.
Dean, quarterback, knee injury. William Golston, D line, knee injury. Luke Gadecki, tackle, concussion. Logan Hall, D line, foot. Josh Hayes, DB, ankle. Kalijah Cansey, DL, calf. Vita Vea, nose tackle, knee. Rashad White, groin. Antoine Winfield Jr., foot. Mike Evans. Well, actually, Mike Evans is resting, but yeah, it's a long list, and it's all defense. So I'm gonna take the Eagles because I think Saquon might run for 130 against them.
Yeah, I mean, these are two teams who have bad injuries right now,
Yeah,
and I don't know, something about this Eagles team. It rubs me wrong.
it's Nick Sirianni.
Something stinks around them, and I can't figure it
Yeah,
out.
it's
Yeah,
it's the
it's Nick
coach. Yeah,
Sirianni. He's got no control of that team. Yeah.
guys,
Commanders Cardinals. Oh yeah, Sirianni's a nut, dude. He could be on the hate list at any point in time. He's
he's
half
kind
on
of
it right
funny
now.
though. It's like
Um,
I don't hate it all because he's like so corny that it's funny sometimes.
yeah, yeah. It's like it's so obvious that he's putting on a bit
Dude,
that even his
my
players
favorite
know.
Nick Sirianni clip is when the camera's like on him and he's like bobbing his head up and down, saying like yes to the camera. Oh,
Yeah, like with like the
I
yeah,
love
yeah, and he's
that.
like pointing at it, kind of.
I'm just
Yeah,
like, dude, you are.
dude. Look, to be cheesier than the head coach of the Boston Celtics
Who's
is an
that? Joe
accomplishment.
Mazzulla?
The dude's watched Joe Mazzulla's watched the town how many
Talking about
times?
world champion Joe Mazzulla though. He
Yeah,
can
I
be
know,
corny.
but he's a hair away from being Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni is a fourth down conversion away from being Joe
Well,
Mazzulla.
if Joe Maz keeps winning, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just don't buy the weirdness around Sirianni. Commanders Cardinals. Commanders are coming off of what looked like a really impressive win on Monday night, but the Bengals are dead, then it maybe isn't as impressive. But I thought it was an awesome game. I really like Jaden Daniels. I think he's going to be a pretty good quarterback. He's got 2 wins. They're 2-1. They're playing the Cardinals, who to me have looked good all year. They're the best 1-2 team in the NFL, in my opinion. Um, maybe the Ravens are the best 1-2 team, but I love how the offense has looked. I think the defense is better than we thought. If not for that cute trick play that the Lions run, that's a 13-13 game or a closer game. I mean, nobody's being saved by a play going viral more than the offensive coaching staff of the Detroit Lions. And I like the Cardinals at home 3.5, and I like the over at 50.5. So I'll go all three.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals, and Yeah, I'll take the 3.5, and I think the over is like really gonna hit in this game. I think both these offenses
Yeah,
are pretty good, and I think the defenses are pretty mediocre.
yeah,
But yeah, this is gonna be a
yeah,
fun game. I'm definitely gonna have this game on.
yeah. I'm definitely having this. It'll be. I mean, anytime that I can get the excuse to watch Jaden Daniels, I'm gonna take it because I really like him. I'm gonna take a quick pause here, Jalen, because I just had a thought, and I know who Trevor Lawrence's One Piece comp is.
Oh, here we go again.
Dude, it's Bellamy the hyena.
Yeah, young prodigy,
There we
young
go.
Don Quixote
The
prodigy.
young prodigy.
But all he does is have some bouncy feet.
Luffy knocks out in one
Yeah,
punch. Exactly,
Josh
dude.
Allen takes him out one
That's who it
punch.
is. I'm one punch, dude. Finally, it's finally come to me, dude.
That's funny.
There we go. We're both the same there. Cards all the way through with the over. Pats Niners. This is the biggest spread we're going to get all week. Niners are 10-point favorites at home against New England, who is finally starting to look like the New England we all thought they would be. Over under set at 39.5. 10 is so many points.
It's a lot of points.
I, I like the Niners, and maybe I'll just take the over.
I don't want
No, I'll
I don't
take the
want
under.
anything to do with
Niners
this
in the
game.
under. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take Niners in the under. The over, I mean, if I was going to take the 10, then I would take the over, but Niners in the under. I've gone back and forth on this all day.
I'm just gonna take the 10. It's so many points,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it's not a, yeah.
I don't know, man. What if the Niners
Points.
just want to like run up the score just to like get feeling some
Yeah, that's the
momentum?
thing, right? Is there any way New England even scores in this game?
Um, I don't know. How many points did they put up against the Jets last week?
Three?
Was
Was
it
it
really
three?
3? Oh,
3 or 7?
that's so bad.
No, it was really, really
Yeah, it was
bad.
24-3.
It was three. They put up three. Yeah.
Yeah, the under's
Yeah.
solid.
Howling.
Yeah, so is honestly minus
So
10 and the under.
you'll go
No,
all
I'm not
three?
going all three. I got a little out of control this week. I already have 5 triple picks, so I gotta fill out.
How many am I out?
Oh, you're at 4. Man,
Yeah.
we're getting risky.
Don't worry. I think there's one coming here, so don't worry about that.
Those negative points are scary.
Yeah, they are scary and they happen, but I've got to live on the edge here. But I got to get up to that 12.
Yeah, sure.
Next game, Chiefs Chargers in Los Angeles. I don't think Justin Herbert's playing. The Chiefs are favored by 8.5. The over under is at 39.5. I like the Chargers. I like them to. I mean, not sorry. I like the Chiefs. I like them to cover here. I feel bad for the Chargers, but this seems like injuries are going to start derailing this train
I
a
was
little
gonna
bit.
say, man, the Chargers.
No, that was a slip.
This
Looking
might
at their
be
awful
the
logo.
worst afternoon slate of the entire year.
Yeah, it's really brutal. I mean, thank God for Sunday night.
I
But
mean, at least
yeah,
I can full screen the Commanders Cardinals and just not worry about the others because I have no interest in watching either of the games we just talked about.
and you think those are bad? Wait till the
Oh,
next one.
yeah, I saw it. That's what I mean, dude. We're going full screen.
So bad. It's about to be so
Yeah,
grueling.
I'm going
It's
Chiefs.
good time to go for a bike ride with my dad.
Great time, yeah. I'm going Chiefs. Chiefs 8.5, and yeah, let's just
Yeah,
move on.
yeah. Listen, I'm gonna want to breeze through this too. Browns Raiders in Las Vegas. I hate both of these teams. The Raiders are favored by a point and a half, if I'm reading that correctly. Uh, I'd rather not pick this game. The over-under is at 37.5. I don't know. Actually, I'll do it right now. I'm going to flip a coin. Heads is Raiders and tails is Browns. Both of these teams drive me crazy. I don't want to cheer for the Browns. All right, and it is the Raiders. So I'll take the Raiders, and I guess I'll take them to cover.
Hey,
But
man.
be honest, I have no professional opinion on this.
Raiders making some business decisions this week.
You know what? I like any time that there's a headline about their players being shitty or not working hard.
Well,
How about that? When they
I think
win.
that was a shot at Devontae Adams because he just
Yeah.
wasn't running the routes super uh, with a lot of emphasis. But I don't. What am I going to yell at Devontae Adams because we're losing to the Panthers? There's a lot. There's a lot
Yeah, I
wrong with
don't
that
know.
team, and it's definitely not him.
No, I mean, the Devonte Adams thing is so bizarre to me because he leaves Green Bay so he can go play with his college quarterback Derek Carr, and like a year later they trade him, and he's stuck on this fat contract with a Mod Podge of Jimmy Garoppolo and I don't even what was that guy's name that played for them last year? I can't even remember. Gardner
Whoa,
Minshew,
whoa!
um,
Don't disrespect Aiden O'Connell like that.
Aiden O'Connell. Okay, that's my bad, Aiden. If you're out there, sorry. Um, yeah, I mean it's so bad, and I feel bad for him. And he he had 4 receptions for 40 yards against the outright worst team in the
Oh,
NFL
maybe
through the
maybe
first
we
two
might have
weeks.
a new worst team.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can we just get Devontae Adams to the Jets
that'd be sick.
or just anywhere? I feel bad. Just
Anywhere, really, dude.
it kind of reminds me of like watching a really good NBA player with just nobody. Kind of like Damian Lillard, the Portland
Yeah,
days.
or Luca before Kyrie got there.
Yeah, I mean it sucks to watch a little bit because they still have
It's
stuff to
dark.
like. They're still good enough to play at a high level, but they just don't have anything around them. But at least they have
Yeah,
money.
yeah, he's got money, and he lives in Vegas, and I know what I'd do if I had money and lived in Vegas.
Golf.
Yeah. Did you pick the
Yeah.
Raiders?
Oh
Who
no,
are
I'm
you
taking
going
the
with?
Browns. Big Deshaun
Okay,
Watson guy.
cool. Somebody's got to get points. Nice, right on.
Yeah, big.
I hear that his stock is plummeting, dude. Buy the dip.
Yeah, I think Jameis might get in.
If Jameis gets in and starts playing for the Browns, you will see a full change of my mentality towards that football team.
Same.
It will become instantly watchable. All right. We closed the week with 3 games. One is somehow more unwatchable than the Ravens game or than the Raiders game. But Sunday night is a reward for what we have to go through at the 4 o'clock slate. Bills, Ravens in Baltimore. Ravens favored by 2.5 points. Over under set at 46.5. I like the Bills, man.
Yeah, I love the
I
Bills.
like the Bills to win. Yeah. Um, I like them to cover the spread. I don't know what to do with the over under quite yet. Um, we said it earlier. Josh Allen looks like he's playing free. He looks like he's having fun. That looks like the most fun team to be on in the NFL. And it's not that I think the Ravens are bad. I think they're good. I mean, this is just a really unfortunate way to open your season. Um, and you needed to win those games against the Raiders, and you needed to win that game against the Raiders. And now you might start 1-3, but it's because you played Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I want to pick the Ravens to lead at half and then lose the game. I think that's a great bet.
Great pick, the Sal bet.
If we were doing that, I would 100% do
Nice.
it. Um, well, yeah, I think the Bills just look a lot better than the Ravens right now, and it comes down to the fourth quarter. I like Josh Allen more, but
Yep.
I don't know. We could see the Ravens
Yeah.
win too. I mean, I don't think they're completely like a dead team.
No, no, no. I'm even if the Ravens lose this game, I don't think that they're dead.
Yeah, because all they have to do is score
Um,
23 points and they can beat the Steelers twice this year. They'll probably beat the Browns twice.
they'll definitely beat Cincinnati twice.
Yeah.
I mean, they should beat Cincinnati and Cleveland twice this year, unless the gods descend. And I think the Browns, it's a lost cause unless Jameis starts playing. But um, yeah, uh, I'm all over this. I think that it sucks for the Ravens that they had to start this way, and it sucks their schedule is so tough, and it sucks that they played in the AFC Championship game last year and got this horrible schedule. But
Tough
I
schedule.
love the Bills in this spot. I'd be going to this game if I was in Baltimore, by the way. My uncle's on a river trip in Europe,
Be a fun game.
and I would be at this game. So try not to think about that. All right. Titans, Dolphins. This game sucks. We get the double Monday night slate again. Thank God I don't have to watch one of the games.
What?
This game's
You're
awful.
not watching this?
Will Levis. Oh, I'll watch it, but I'm perverted. But, dude, the Dolphins are so bad. I think Tyler Huntley is going to start.
Yeah, he has
I
to.
think he has to start.
There's nobody else.
He has to. And somehow the Dolphins, who walked out two different awful quarterbacks last week, who are going to be starting a guy that they just plucked off the shelf, are still 1.5-point favorites against the Tennessee Titans because Tennessee has been so bad.
No,
this
they're
year.
not.
The over/under is at 36.
They're the
They're
Titans are
not. No, they're
favored.
favorites. The Titans are favored by a point,
Yeah.
dude. Okay, well, you know what? I'm picking the Dolphins.
Okay.
Go Snoop, and I'll take the under.
Under 36.5 is so crazy.
It's not when you watch Will Levis and whatever Miami did. Dude, this game could end 10-3.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you're crazy for taking the under. I'm just saying I can't believe I'm seeing 36.5. Yeah, I'll take the Titans.
Yeah.
I'll take the Titans and the under as well.
All right.
I don't know.
Here we
Dude.
go.
I'm
Getting
just
spicy.
these are coin flip games. I don't know really anything about these teams right now that besides that they're bad. I don't know what Tyler Huntley's going to do.
I've seen Tyler Huntley play live. He's competent.
Oh, when was that?
That's all I can say. Last year
Okay.
in Baltimore, he played the Steelers. He lost. I mean, it was a rainy, awful, ugly, terrible game. But, I think he threw a touchdown and a pick. And I saw him play in the fourth quarter a couple of times because the Ravens were just killing the Lions and killing the Seahawks. And he threw touchdowns.
He threw
Nothing crazy.
touchdown.
But he threw a touchdown in each of those fourth quarters.
Yeah, all right. I'll take the Dolphins, man. I can't pick.
Let's
I can't
go,
pick
baby.
Will Levis. I don't know what I was thinking.
No, he's
I'd
terrible.
love another highlight out of him.
He's terrible. All right, final game. Final game. Seahawks, Lions, Monday night in Detroit. The Lions are 3.5-point favorites. The over/under set at 46.5. I've gone back and forth on this, but I like Detroit to win. Seattle to cover. I think this is a 1 to 2 point game. I think this is a field goal game.
This is a tough one. I'm actually looking forward to watching this game.
Same. I think the Seahawks are good.
The Lions have not been that impressive this year.
No.
I'll take the Seahawks. And I'll take... Yeah. Actually, you're taking the Seahawks plus 3.5, right?
Mm-hmm. I am going to take Detroit to win at home.
Yeah, that's a good point. Gosh, this is hard. This is a hard game to pick.
Really hard.
The Lions at home are really good. But
I agree.
I'm gonna take the Lions and I'm gonna take the Seahawks to cover also because I think it probably does come down to a field goal. Just the way these, I don't know. The Seahawks are 3-0, right? Or are they 2-1?
They're 3-0.
They haven't.
They're fun.
Yeah. I
They're
mean,
fun.
they're usually always pretty solid. I think they've beat the
Yeah,
Broncos,
and
Patriots, and Dolphins.
no, they have done nothing but play bad teams that they should beat, and they've beaten them. And I'm not going to knock them for that, but this is their first matchup. This is this is
Yeah,
it for them. This is a big game. Not it for them, but this is the prove it
I'm
moment.
flip flopping all
First
over the
test.
place. I'm gonna switch to the Lions minus 3.5. Also,
Okay.
yeah, good week of football actually.
Good week. Yeah. Hey man, good job by you this week. That was fun.
Yeah, it's. I mean, these honestly, a lot of these games aren't going to be good for like casual people to watch. I don't think, but yeah,
No.
sickos like you and
But
I.
if you're listening to this, you're probably not a casual. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I need to throw in another hate. I hate that on YouTube TV you can't always pick the games. Like, why can't you just pick the games you want to watch? Do you ever get locked out of like why
What
can't
do
I
you mean?
pick this team and this team and just watch that? Like sometimes they don't have the
Oh, dude, this
what?
I'm not gonna let you put this on the hate list.
What do you mean?
Oh, you can cut this, dude. This is a networking problem.
Oh, but I hate
This has been
it.
going on for years.
I hate it
Oh, dude, but this is
so
just like
much,
this.
bro.
This is why we have to get Paramount Plus.
What is that?
That we can get Paramount Plus gives you the local CBS game.
Oh, it's so
But wait,
annoying.
do you have YouTube
Yeah.
TV? Oh, then you can get the other games. They're just on Fox and
No, dude,
CBS.
they're not. Okay? I promise you. Every week I get locked out of watching
I'm
one.
getting the games. Oh well, dude, I have Paramount Plus for that
It's so annoying,
and
bro.
Fox Sports Go.
No, like I can watch all the games. I just can't watch all of them at the same time.
You mean for your quad box?
Yeah, for a quad box or a multi-view.
I've never had this problem, dude. I've got to come down and
Oh, you've got
diagnose
two
this.
TVs, Charlie. Why would you have this problem?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't put them in the quad box if they're on another network.
Why can't I, bro? I pay $250 to watch this.
You got to get that second TV,
I
man.
have to.
You
I
have
have
to,
to.
dude.
I have to.
Your viewing experience is going to go up tenfold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn off the recording.
Yeah, have a good week, Chuck.
Yeah, you too, man.